Hey Andy,
Yes, Dale.
what cup size are you?
Oh, about a double D.
Fair enough. Let's start the video. Today, what I wanted to discuss here, because I remember hearing an interview with Cat Williams back in the beginning of the year. It was about how certain actors ended up wearing dresses and their careers haven't been the same. Um, so take for example, I think he was saying Ricky Smiley is one, and then who was it in Big Mama's house? The son of son of Martin Lawrence in that movie. His career has never been the same as well, and it's almost like a play on Hollywood, where it's just like this is how they make you kind of humble, and it made me realize something that did the same thing with wrestlers here. Once the wrestlers started wearing a dress, people's views started changing on them. And what I wanted to talk about here today, and this just was a quick thought. I figured that we just kind of analyze who wore dresses and did their career ever got better after that, or did it become better? I don't know who
Okay.
would be the one benefactor
Santino.
of it.
Santino Marella. Or
But he
Santina.
Santina, yeah, but that's more of a joke. Like if I look at people like Draws, right? I believe Draws wore a dress.
Yes, I think so for a little bit, yeah. Then we
Right.
had Perry Saturn done it, didn't he?
Correct. Yes. But did he like it? I don't know. I think it was just like, here's this badass that's going to wear a dress. Which, to be fair, he's somebody that could kill anybody nowadays, too. But then you look at Brian Pillman, who wore it, who it fit his character because he was this crazy, outlandish type of dude. And that's what I liked about him. So it kind of fit his character. It wasn't just like, oh, you lost a match, now you have to wear a dress. He was the loose cannon, Brian Pillman. So watching him and the vignettes and then saying how he wanted Terry Runnels herself, I like it just fit his mold. It fit his character. Who else are you thinking about when you think of this? Because there's one in particular that is still wrestling today.
Yeah, John Cena done it, didn't he? Done the Teen Choice Awards, but never done it in the wrestling ring. Xavier Woods done it once as well.
What?
Yes, he did.
Did he?
Uh,
Why?
he, let me just go back here because I've got it written down. So he done a cosplay of the Iconics.
Okay, all right, but that's comedic value. I guess so.
Mm, but I suppose all of it's comedic value, though, isn't it? You know, like the two best to ever do it was Pat Patterson and Briscoe, wasn't it?
Okay, well, we could go on about
You know,
different reasons why they probably did it.
name a time when name a time when a wrestler didn't have a comedic value by dressing up as a female.
Benoit.
Yeah, all right, fair dues.
No, we never did. I'll say this, okay? And the other day, I wrote into the Rene Dupree podcast, and they had Vito on.
Yeah,
I have friends that are families of members of his, and I said, "Hey, Vito, I'm friends with his relatives," and he says, "I don't see them. I'm in the witness protection from them." I know for a fact that they were upset at the fact that he started wearing a dress and their relationship has not been the same. And that really got me thinking, like, man, this could have affected people psychologically as well. When, yeah, let's just put you in a dress for X amount of weeks for this gimmick to lead up to a storyline and a pay-per-view. But we could talk about CTE that's been beat down to death, but I truly believe that wearing a dress is a way that they emasculate a lot of these characters, and I just don't think it's right on there.
no,
Piercings is one
but
thing.
again, I think it's all down to the fact of, one, do they do it? No one's forcing them to do it. I think number two is, as you say, is it a comedic value? If it's comedic value, I don't see the problem with it. As I say, Gerald Briscoe and that Santina or Santino, stuff like that. It doesn't really bother me, to be honest with you, because again, it's like that comedic value.
Right, but then you had Goldust who was going out there dressing like whatever, and even wanted breast
Yeah,
implants. He look, they were taking advantage of a guy that was
yeah,
on drugs and even knew it too. Like,
yeah. I think the thing with Goldust as well is when it was his first character, he really did well with it, and it really got over. So I feel like, maybe that's where he was, because he got over so early on, he was willing to take it further and further and further, which I don't think was the right move.
yeah, yeah,
Maybe that's the case.
I get it, but I just feel like they were just taking advantage of him and just going borderline like, oh, he's a transvestite. And it's
Mm,
not, and yes, you can insert that character. We have trans wrestlers out there now that are wrestling, which is fine. But just the fact that they were just like, all right, you're going to go against who you are and who you want to be. You and I always talk about how the best character is an extension of yourself. And quite honestly, I don't think that these characters were extensions of themselves.
mm,
The cloudy character with Skip and Sonny
yeah.
it wasn't exactly
I don't know. I think
earth
Santino
breaking.
probably was because it was more of a fun and thingy gimmick, wasn't it? I think Pat Patterson and that was really funny. Obviously, we know the story with his orientation, so maybe that was why they decided to go down that route. Was quite good, and obviously with them being the goons, wasn't he? Vince McMahon's goons was played a part in it. So I don't know. I mean, I don't want to go too deep into this because I feel like it's everybody's personal thing, and we don't know the behind the scenes stories on each one. So I don't feel like it's had an effect too bad on somebody's career. I don't. Maybe Vito's probably the only one that's really, really affected, and obviously you know that story personally. But unless we know everybody else's story personally, I don't think you can really get too caught up on it.
True, but some of those people aren't around anymore.
Mm, can you?
Not, I'm not. Was he in? Well, that's different. Hold on. What they did with Canyon is they tried to make him be Boy George, who was known for being
Yeah, yeah,
flamboyant. Okay. So now also, remember in the 80s, yeah, in the 80s, basically you had Adrian Adonis, who they wanted to point out that he was gay and dressed in pink. So that's not gay. It doesn't mean that
yeah.
you're gay.
No,
Yeah.
no.
We could go on and on. It's a crazy psychological
Yeah.
topic. But
That's it, isn't
yeah,
it? But it's still a good one to, as we try and do, as we try and tackle the tough ones. And, it's just a good little video just to pop out. But, guys, let us know your views in the comments. Obviously, there'll be a lot of people we've missed out on. Please tell us, maybe we can do another one like this again. But thanks for the support as always, guys. And we'll see you again next time. Peace.